your gateway to the cosmic corners of action figure collecting. Hello adventurers and collectors, I'm Peter, and I'm thrilled to welcome you to the very first episode of our journey through the galaxies of toys and action figures. If you are fascinated by the realm of science fiction, horror, and fantasy, you have found the right channel. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and join the Legion of Mystery Seekers. Today I'm going to kick off with a classic Fisher-Price Adventure People Firestar Pilot. Do check them out. This figure isn't just a toy, it's kind of a piece of history. It's a fragment of childhood nostalgia that has soared through the imaginations of many. Though I don't really like to focus on nostalgia, but just look at this guy. Look at his boots. He's very cool. These guys came out in the late 70s as part of the Adventure People line. Firestar Pilot's Fisher-Price's bold foray into the action figure universe. You can see he's got this sort of awesome black armor with a bubble helmet. The head comes from the X-Ray Man figure, which we'll be covering in a future episode. And I have to assume that he comes from maybe the same species as the X-Ray Man was. You can see he's 3.75 inches. If you know about the history of Star Wars figures, they actually came from the Fisher-Price Adventure People line. Like when they did the prototype figures, they used a series of many of the more mundane Adventure People and changed their costumes up to make them. So this is where the scale comes from. It's got that same 3.75 inch scale, 5 points of articulation. Anyhow, you'll notice I don't have just one of these guys, I've got 4 of them. There was a period during the big lockdown when I felt like I was rescuing these figures. They're not very expensive. I don't think I paid more than $7 or $8 for any of them. And they're in various states. Some of the bubble helmets over time will start to yellow. There's a way to get the yellow tinge off of the plastic, but it's hard to do. I think it involves scrubbing them with some baking soda and putting them out in the sun. Some are in pretty good shape though. You can see some are pristine as if they just rolled off the assembly line, and others are pretty scuffed up and scratched up, but I still like all of them. Anyhow, the funny thing about nostalgia, and what I wanted to talk about nostalgia, is it isn't just a love of the past or a love of a memory. It's remembering how you felt back when you first saw stuff like this, and these are from a long time ago, and I always really like them. Anyhow, each of these Firestar Pilots is a star in the galaxy of my collection. I can't wait to share more of these stars with you. My next video, I'm going to be covering some other figures I have. We're going to talk about the vintage Lone Ranger, or the new Lone Ranger line, and even take a look at Zorro. So we're going to look at some of my Wild West figures as well. Alright, talk to you later.